What's up everybody, Yogi here. Today I am doing Kisame's S rank Heart Only using one Madara. If you have your own Madara, you can replace Darui with him and this will go a lot quicker, a lot smoother for you. But if you don't, you need to bring a Darui because his ultimate has barrier destruction and you are going to need that for the final boss. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is of course get rid of the guy with danger. So I'm just going to regular attack with Yugito and then use Darui's jutsu on him. Now I do get the immobilize here. It is not a big difference if you miss it. It would have just hit Yugito and then I would have finished him off with my next move. Now what you want to do is finish the guy off who's to the left of the map right now. The guy that's closest to Madara, do not KO him. If you KO him, it will trigger the next wave right after he's gone, and you do not want that. So all I'm going to do is get rid of the guy to the left and then stall back up all my chakra for the next wave. Now an important thing to keep in mind here is whoever's in your first slot, where you usually keep your character for luck, you want to put the lowest luck possible, because if you do not, higher luck means a higher chance that Kisame pops up on map 1. And you really do not want that. You can still beat him and complete the mission, but it does add on another 5 to 10 minutes in general, just from all the stalling that you have to do. So now here I'm going to switch to Darui and Madara to get ready for the second wave here. And then I can finish him off with Yugito. So now I'm ready to take out the guy with danger. That 200 attack boost from Madara definitely helps. He got immobilized again, but it doesn't matter. I'm able to take him out with the regular attack there. So now that we have these two guys left, you do not want to take out the guy that is next to Yugito right now. If you take out him, that will trigger the third and final wave. So you want to get rid of the guy at the bottom first. Now when it comes to the third wave, you have either 3 guys appearing or 2 guys and Kisame. And if Kisame does appear, he comes out using his jutsu, so you do not want to leave most of your characters grouped up around the middle of the map because that is where he will pop up. And you're going to see me do exactly the opposite of this because I did have to run through this mission quite a few times and I was expecting a different setup. So yeah, do not set yourself up like I did to the right of the map here. You want to keep yourself in a corner while Yugito stays around the middle. Alright, so I'm about to finish him off here. I had my Shizune in a good spot there, but as you see I am moving them over expecting a different setup. And obviously I did it wrong there because I need to take out the guy with danger first. So gonna use Darui's jutsu here. I got the immobilized again, very lucky with it this time for being 30%. And now I'm gonna follow up with Madara's jutsu. Now when it comes to Yugito, I'm going to go ahead and use her jutsu on the guy at the top because by the time I stall back up my chakra to max for Madara, hers can be max again too. So I just used her jutsu to get the HP down. Now I'm just going to stall back up for the next map and make sure that I finish off with Yugito. Alright, so now I'm on to map 2. You have the 3 enemies here. I'm going to attack as far to the right as possible with Darui. So once I use Madara's jutsu, he can do a follow-up attack. Just making sure to position myself best as I can so that they both get within his range. And you see there I actually took out the guy at the top thanks to a critical. So now I can just finish him off here. And now this is the second wave. So once again, just going to attack with Darui and then finish him off with Madara. After this wave, this is when Kisame will pop up. along with 2 other guys, and he does start off doing his jutsu. Now when it comes to stalling, I'm going to leave my 2 Shizune at the bottom of the map and Yugito at the top. Once I'm ready to take the guy out, I will finish him off with Darui. That way only my Shizune paired up with Madara will take the hit from his jutsu, and then I can use Madara's ultimate right after. Alright, so now I'm going to finish off the guy with Darui here. And you see Kisame does pop up around the middle of the map before the bottom corner. And unfortunately I cannot hit everyone with Madara here. If I had my Shizune a little bit higher, I would have been able to, but it is perfectly fine since I can still take out the guy with Yugito's ultimate here. Even without Madara's attack boost, she can still take the guy out. Now if you do finish off the last guy a little differently so that Yugito's around the bottom, you can still use Madara's ultimate to get rid of most of them, but you do need to be careful because as you see he's going to be using his jutsu again and my HP does get very low, but I am going to be able to recover just fine. And to make sure that I am safe, I'm going to use Kidomaru's jutsu now. Now I'm going to go over my team real quick. Of course I have Yugito for stomaching all of the attacks from everybody, but the reason I pair her up with Kidomaru is his field spell, wow, buddy skill reduces damage by 10%, so instead of 40% less damage, Yugito will be taking 50% less damage. I said field spell because I've been playing Duel Links recently. But anyway, what his jutsu does is 2 perfect dodges and then a 1000 point barrier for 3 turns. Now the other option you can do if you don't have him is use Kotetsu or Izumo. I'll put in the description box where you can find them. They're on story mode missions. Now it's up to you which one you want to bring, but when it comes to Kotetsu and Izumo, they both have 4-8 chakra, whereas Kidomaru has 5-10 chakra. So, you know, their perfect dodge will come back sooner before his. However, they do not have anywhere near as much HP as Kidomaru because max limit broken with skills, he has over 2000 HP. And, you know, they're 4-star characters, so their HP is not even going to reach 1000. So it's up to you, your call there. Also, when the time's right, I'm going to go for Darui's ultimate, get some damage on Kisame. I'm just going to make sure that I do it after he uses his jutsu so I don't get, you know, both him and Yugito hit. Back to the team, I have 2 Shizune for fields healing. There still is not any other heart fields healer except the female Anbu, also from a story mode mission. Now when it comes to Darui, there's currently no other heart characters that destroy barrier. So you're going to have a lot of trouble trying to beat him otherwise. I did try doing this mission before I pulled Darui last time it came around, and I pretty much hit a wall and couldn't beat him because every time Kisame uses his ultimate, he gets a 10,000 point barrier on the last map. And if it stacks like, you know, any other character can, that barrier can go up to 50,000 points. But if there's any other characters that can be used, I will be putting them in the description box below. Now when it comes to finishing off Kisame, I'm just going to keep regular attacking with Yugito and use Darui's jutsu whenever it's ready. As long as I have one of Madara's jutsus ready for the next map, I will be good and able to handle it. Now that I'm on to the last map, I'm going to go ahead and use Kidomaru's jutsu next to the guy with danger, since I will not be able to take him out before he uses it. Attack far to the right with Darui again so I can get a follow-up attack. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Madara's jutsu. Now I am not sure which one here triggers it, but as you see, I take out the guy on the top, and then the guy in the middle gets KO'd by Darui's strike back. So one of those guys will trigger the start of wave 2. So since it's already started, just gonna go ahead and get rid of the last guy. Now this is the last set of guys you have to fight before you get to the boss. So after I get rid of 2 of them, I'm gonna go ahead and start stalling back up from there. Alright, so I'm about to finish him off here. Make sure that you follow my setup here because this is where it gets very crucial. I need to finish him off with Madara and have him in the bottom right corner. So now that he's appearing, he's going to go ahead and put up his resistances. Now from here I'm going to use Yugito's ultimate as high as possible so that I can take out the guy on the top as well as have Kisame focus on just her. Now as for the other guy, just gonna regular attack with Darui, and I'm gonna take some damage here, and then Kisame's gonna regular attack. From this point, this is where I want to use Madara's jutsu, and this will finish off the guy along with dealing slip damage to Kisame. This is how I'm going to go about whittling down his HP. Now he's going to go ahead and go for his jutsu against Yugito. Now here's another very important part. I'm going to use Kidomaru's jutsu as far to the right as possible. And now I'm going to follow up with Darui's ultimate, staying back as far as I possibly can because his ultimate hitbox is just a square. Got some good damage on him. Now thanks to Kidomaru's 4-hit combo on his regular attack, I get a 15-hit combo and get back some chakra. This will not work if you're using Kotetsu or Izumo. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Madara's jutsu again. He still has his barrier up and it's not going to do any damage to him. The main point there is just to make sure that he gets hit with the slip damage. And Madara does have 100%, so it's not like it's going to miss. Now we're going to go into stalling mode. Let Yugito tank as much as possible. I'm only going to use Kidomaru's jutsu to avoid his ultimate because that is when it does the most damage. And stall up with my Shizunes as much as possible. Keep them close together. You definitely want to take it slow and be careful here. You do not want to mess up because this is a long process in general. And once Madara's jutsu comes back, I'll go ahead and use it again to deal slip damage. Now, after I use Madara's jutsu the third time, from there is just a stall fest and you trying to survive as long as you possibly can until you get his ultimate ready. Now sometimes Kisame does less damage on his ultimate at least. He does 2,200 on his jutsu and then 3,800 on his ultimate. At least one time here he will be using his ultimate and it does 3,000 base damage. Now I do not know what triggers this or if it was a bug, Just thought you guys should know. Keep an eye out for that there. Also, even though I said that I only use my perfect dodger to avoid his ultimate jutsu, once you get really close to Madara's ultimate being ready again, you're probably going to end up having to use it for his jutsu instead. Just go ahead and do that. Don't be so stuck on waiting for his ultimate, because I did do that myself last time and I ended up losing. I only had to use his perfect dodge and I would have been able to wipe him out with ultimate jutsus after that. So now we stall. Alright, so now he's going to go for his jutsu here, barely hanging on, but I am now in a position to finish him off. Going to go ahead and use Kidomaru's jutsu, and now use Darui's ultimate as far back as possible. Now remember, he will be putting up his barrier again after using his ultimate, but by using Darui here, you're basically getting rid of it and resetting it. So now once he uses his barrier, he's only going to have 10,000 points worth of barrier. Now I can follow up with Madara's ultimate here and finish him off. So there you guys have it, Kisame's S rank Heart Only, using only one Madara, showing you that it is still possible. Just takes a lot more work to do. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if this video helped you guys out. Peace.